Hey everyone, my name is Kajal and welcome back to my channel. After starting this channel, I've gotten quite a few messages and emails asking for help with Webots. So I want to start answering questions through videos. I'm doing this for two reasons. First, videos are sometimes easier to explain than a message. And secondly, if multiple people have the same question, it is more effective to answer it in one place. Plus, if someone else knows the answer, they can help you too. I'll include timings for all the questions I answer today in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into it. Our first question is, can you explain why epuck disappeared on reset simulation and ball didn't? I was expecting epuck to go to original position on reset and then disappearing altogether. Now Webots has this small quirk where reset doesn't just reset simulation, it also resets the world to the last saved world. Let me show you an example. Let's add a box to our Webots world. Now I'll move this box and start simulation. Let's press reset and see what happens. As you can see, the box disappeared. I'm going to add the box again. This time, I'll save the world. I'm running simulation again and pressing reset. As you can see, the box is still there. So once again, in Webots, when you press reset, it doesn't just reset the simulation, it also resets the world. Essentially, it will reset to the last saved world configuration. I know we are all used to default save. This is why in most of my Webots tutorial, I keep repeating, make sure to save the world. A second question is on how to download the track from the line follower Webots tutorial. It wasn't until a recent comment that I realized not everyone is used to using GitHub. And trust me, there was a time I didn't know how to download a file from GitHub either. So let's look at how to download files from GitHub. Now there are two ways. First one is using GitHub to fork and clone the repo. I'm going to skip on that method for now. The second method is using wget, which is more useful in this case as we only need one file. So open your browser and go to the GitHub link mentioned in the description. As you can see, there's a track file for the Webots simulation. Now make sure you click on raw. Then copy the link from the browser. Next, open a terminal. I'm on a Mac right now and using Spotlight. If you're using Ubuntu, use Ctrl, Alt, and T to open a terminal. On Windows, I believe it's called a command prompt. Sorry if I got that wrong. I haven't used Windows in a long time. Now let me first talk about some commands. ls is used to list all the directory contents. Directory is another word for folder. Next, we have cd to change directory. In other words, you can use cd to go to another folder location. Now using cd, go to the folder where your Webots project is stored. And then inside your Webots project, go to the PROTO folder. You can use tab to autocomplete as well as show different folders. Now we use the command wget to get this file. Simply type wget and then paste the link. Once again, you can use ls to list the content. And as you can see, the track1 proto file is now inside your folder. Let's go back to Webots and add a node. You should see track1 under Proto node's current file. Simply select it and click on add. This should add the track to your Webots world. I'll delete it for now because I don't need it. Our next question is on how to compute the distance between wheels for epuck. Now there are two ways to do this. One is through Webots documentation, but this may not always be available for all the robots. So the second method is looking at the robot itself. In Webots, you can convert any proto node back to base nodes and see all the individual parts. Let's start by adding an epuck to our Webots world. Now go to the Webots scene tree on the left-hand side. Right-click on epuck and select the option Convert to Base Nodes. Under Robot, go in Children. And here you can see all the parts. In the case of epuck, wheels are connected using hinge joint in Webots. Click on Endpoint and you will see Translation. It can be confusing to think of X, Y, and Z direction. So let's add the coordinate system in our Webots world. As you can see with the coordinate system, for distance between wheels for epuck, we care about the X direction. In general, when you add a node in Webots world, it is placed at center, which is 0, 0, 0. So every node is translated and rotated to place it at its correct location. This is why we can use the X translation as distance between wheel and the center point. Here the X is 0.026 meter, which is 26 millimeters. Similarly, we will look at the second hinge joint on Webots scene tree. This is also 26 millimeter from center. So the total distance between wheels for epuck is 52 millimeters. We can see the same thing in the epuck Webots documentation. The distance between wheel is called axle length, and as you can see here, it is 52 millimeters. Our next question is which version of Windows will Webot work for? The first place inside Webots documentation is the system requirement. As you can see, it says that it works for Windows 8 and 10. Also make note of the 64-bit requirement. This page will give you all the requirements for running Webots on your computer. You can also look at the Webots download page. On the Webots download page, you should be able to see different download options for different OS. This can be a great way to find out which version of Webots will work for which OS. This also brings us to our next question. Which OS or computer should you use for Webots? I strongly recommend Linux version like Ubuntu or Mac. In robotics, you will find Ubuntu is widely used. This also means most software are best supported for Ubuntu. And this is also true for documentation and online resources. Because Ubuntu is used more, you will find answers for Ubuntu more easily compared to other OS. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend and get another laptop. Ubuntu is a free open source software, which means you can download it on your current computer. If you still have the need for the other OS, simply use a partition. This will mean that you will have two different operating systems on your computer. And do make note of the fact that it will impact your memory space. I hope this video will help answer some of your questions with using Webots. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like. Further, if you have questions about Webots, use the comment section below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.